Good morning, friends. Welcome back. So yesterday it was like some disruption in our session, so we could not complete the session. So let us have some brief revision about cloud computing and let us go to the other concepts today. Okay. And as usual, chat box will be open. So if you have any doubts or question, you can send me your questions or queries at any time in the chat box. Okay, fine. So what is cloud computing here? Cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet. Okay, there is a definition here, but let us discuss things in a general way. So cloud computing is all about your computer networks, your servers, your storage, your database, your applications, right? So instead of running all these applications and servers at our location, instead of running all these applications at our locations, what we can do, we can run these applications and the operating system and storage, we can keep all these things at some other location that is over the cloud. So instead of managing the physical infrastructure, we will manage only our application or only our data, and the physical infrastructure will be managed by the cloud provider. So like this, we are, just removing some burden from our side. Managing your physical infrastructure, my friend, is not an easy thing. It will take a lot of time. It will take a lot of planning if there will be any problem at any given time. So all these things we are not taking care of. These things will be taken care by the cloud provider. We just need to run our applications. Okay. Now, who is providing cloud computing here? These are some of the companies that are providing cloud computing services, and we know this very well. Amazon is indeed the market leader. Okay, Amazon is a market leader in providing cloud services across the globe for many years, and it will be the market leader for many more years to come. Okay, so what are the advantages or what are the benefits we have in cloud computing? In general, in cloud computing, I'm not talking here only about AWS here. I'm talking about each and every cloud provider like AWS or Microsoft Azure or Google Cloud Platform or Oracle Cloud or Alibaba Cloud or each and every cloud. So whenever you talk about cloud computing, one of the things that we will remember here or that we will, recall here is the cost that we have when you go with your physical infrastructure. You know this very well, right? Physical infrastructure is like too much in the sense, company have to spend some crores and crores of rupees to bring all the physical servers and the storage and the operating system. And with that, we need to bring some racks and the firewalls and the routers and switches. So there is a huge infrastructure there. So if you go to cloud, we are simply reducing this infrastructure up to like 95% or 97%. On day one, we are not spending any money. On day one, we just need to create an account in cloud, that is in AWS, for example. And then we need to connect ourselves to the cloud and we can run all the applications over the cloud. So we are saving loads and loads of money here. We have better security in cloud. Whatever data we are keeping over the cloud, we can provide security to the data by using some special services like, we can use encryption option there. Okay, we can provide security by using some keys. There will be some keys available using which we can provide security. We can provide security to our user account by using MFA authentication, multi-factor authentication. So we have many advantages in cloud, my friend. We can provide security to our data in the best way possible. Some years before, maybe it was not so secure to keep your data over the cloud, but as of now, the security is much better. Now, flexibility and elasticity, remember what we said yesterday, this is one of the best feature we have in cloud. Flexibility and elasticity. At any given time, we can increase our resources and we can decrease our resources. This is what flexibility and elasticity is all about. We can increase and decrease our resources according to our need, according to our use. Okay. Flexibility and elasticity was not so good in your physical infrastructure. Whenever you try to make any changes in the physical infrastructure, always it is a painful process. I say painful here every time because, bringing other devices and connecting the devices to your already connected infrastructure is not an easy thing. We need to make a lot of changes here. We have to do a lot of planning there. But coming to our cloud here, it's very easy. Adding some resources only is some clicks away from you. Removing some resources is again some clicks away from you. So by using a particular console, we are simply adding and removing the resources. Okay. So we have the other option like pay as you go. Whatever you are using, that much we are paying. Again, the best example here is the electricity bill that we get in our home. Every month your electricity bill will be like, fluctuating, right? 1 month maybe it is getting some, let's say 1,000 rupees. Maybe next month it can get like 1,800 rupees. It depends on your usage. And that is the best way of, consuming any resource. The cost or the billing should come according to our usage. Unnecessary should not be a more billing should be coming, or unnecessary some less billing should be coming. According to my usage, according to our usage, the billing will come. Okay, so cloud also will provide you this option. Whatever services you are using over the cloud here, those services will be charged according to the usage. Okay, now software update is again a very simple here. Cloud will update your each and every software, and if you want to update by yourself, you can update by yourself. They are upgrading your software as well as they're updating the software. Both the things will be done by their side. For example, if Red Hat Linux is releasing a new version, let us say 8.5 or 9.0, for example. So when they release a new version, this cloud providers will take the new version and they will provide this new version to all their customers. Okay, if Windows is releasing a new version, that new version will be available for our use. So in cloud, whatever softwares are coming, when I say software, I'm talking about applications, operating systems, all these things actually. So whenever there is a new software available, this software will be added in the cloud so that we can use that software. And in case if there is an existing software that need to be updated, it will be updated automatically. In case if you want to update by using your commands and configuration, we can do that. Both the options are available. Okay. And it is more easier for us to manage our applications and infrastructure over the cloud, because the console that they offer is very easy and very flexible. Everything is present in a systematical way, so managing our resources is not a big deal. All the options will be available in front of you. Like, this is your MS Word file. Most of us know how to use this MS Word. Actually, it is a PPT. So we know how to use this PPT. Can I change the color here? If you want to change the color of this security, see the option is available here, right? I can just go there. I can select the option. Let us say like I'm selecting yellow option here. See the color has changed. So what I'm trying to show you here is I just changed the color of that particular word security. How I did, the option was available there, right? In cloud also, they will provide you the options. When you connect to the cloud, in that console, we have the options there. We should know when to use which option. Got it, my friend? We should know when we can use which option. So it is very easy for us to manage our resources over the cloud. Backup is again very simplified here. Backup is again presented in a very simple and easy way. No issues about backup. Making your server up is very easy. Quick deployment means within some seconds, you can make your server ready. Within next 30 seconds, I can start a server. Within next 30 seconds, I can terminate a server. I can shut down a server. So adding the resources and removing the resources is not at all a big deal here, my friend. It is done in a simple way. Mobility. We can move our applications from one location to other location in the simplest way possible. So these are some of the advantages we have over the cloud. Okay, so when you see these advantages, no way you can deny that cloud computing is our present and cloud computing is our future. We have the best options available in cloud. We can run our applications in the simplest and the easiest way. Okay, we can manage our applications by providing better security. We can increase and decrease our resources at any given time. Okay, and we can pay money according to our usage, and that billing will be very minimum. Okay, so we have this many advantages in cloud. So hardly we see any company nowadays which is not into cloud or which is not planning to move into cloud. And like I said you before, it's not related only with MNCs here, my friend. Any XYZ company which has servers in them or which has applications running them, this company is eligible to move into cloud. I have seen many hospitals or universities or banks, okay, MNCs. These people, they are running their applications over the cloud. Okay. Okay, but if I say everything is good here, everything is advantage, that that will sound a bit false statement, right? And of course, it is incorrect. Everything is not fine. Everything is not good in any technology, actually. Normally we feel like mobile is the best, one of the best device we can use. We can do many things on mobile, but we have its own disadvantages also. Using a mobile can cause you many other things. Okay, so we have some disadvantages in cloud. So what are the disadvantages we have in cloud? These are some of the disadvantages we have in cloud, my friend. But what is the best part here? Every disadvantage has some sort of solution here. Every disadvantage has a solution. Okay, so if I say the disadvantage is internet connectivity, as of now, I can say disadvantage is internet connectivity. Or maybe I can say like this was the disadvantages some years before. AWS is the company, actually first company that has officially launched cloud services in the year 2006. Back then they say like, okay, if you want to keep your, actually they started the first service as storage. They started providing storage for companies to keep their data. The EC2 machine, the virtual servers and all the other services came after some time. First, they started providing the storage services. So till now, they added many services, and in coming months and years, they will add many more services. So it's just an improvement process. They will keep on improving the cloud services. They will keep on adding many more services here. So in the year 2006, when they started, storage service, there were two major issues then. One major issue was your security. Another major issue was your internet connectivity. Security, just now we have discussed security as the advantage there, right? I have added security in the advantage column as well as in the disadvantage column. So what I mean here actually, is it an advantage or is it a disadvantage? Okay, we have many options to secure our data. That much I can say. We can secure our data. But can we believe like our data is completely secure? No, my friend. We cannot say like our data, our information is completely secure. Okay, like if you go to Facebook, in Facebook they have the option there, right? We need to enter all the details like phone number, email ID, address, all this information we need to add there. And there is an option there. We can hide our phone number, we can hide our email ID, we can hide our date of birth, address, and all those things. But is it really hidden from everyone? That is a big question we need to address actually. Is it? Answer is no. There are many ways in which people can get all the information from Facebook. They can get all my details from Facebook, and they can use those details to hack my bank account maybe, because my name on Facebook and my bank account name, my email ID, my bank account email ID, my phone number, my bank account phone number, my address and my bank account address. In majority of cases, we will use the same information there, right? Hardly we see anyone using some, XYZ name and XYZ phone number on the Facebook. So in most of the cases, it will be same. So they will take your personal information from any social media app, and they can use that information to hack your details. Or maybe they can create another account with your name, and they can, simply, recently there was a spam going on in Facebook, right? For last 1 year, maybe you will get a message from your friend. The account is actually a duplicate account, but that person will send a message and you feel like you're getting a message like your actual friend. And the message will be like, he will be asking some money, like say 20,000, 50,000, 30,000, whatever. So they will ask you some money. They're not asking like, crores of rupees. They will say like 15,000. So what I assume here, okay, my friend is in a need to get like 15,000 and I feel like 15,000 is not a big deal. So I'll just transfer the money to him. But is it the money, is it going to my actual friend? No. So some other person, a hacker will get your information from your social media app and he will use this information to, he will misuse this information. If you can say in a simple way, he will misuse the information there. Okay, so security is indeed a thing. It is a concern that we need to address. We should provide the better security. There are many levels of security, but at the end of the day, if someone says Amazon Web Services or Microsoft or Google, these are some of the biggest company, they will not cheat on me. They will keep my data secure and they will not, go into my data. They will not leak into my data. That means, that is a completely incorrect statement. Okay, so security is one thing that we need to be more worried about. We need to provide, we can secure our data as much as possible. That is what I can say as of now. Okay, so back then security was the issue and the other issue was the internet connection. I remember when I started using internet, actually 2004, 2005, that was the time when, downloading a movie was a very big task. As of now, today, watching a movie is not a big deal, right? Nowadays, many movies are releasing directly on our OTP. So you can just sit on your laptop or maybe a tab or maybe a mobile phone. You can just watch that particular movie. But some years before, 12, 13, 14, 15 years before, downloading a movie was indeed a very big task. I remember we used to, some of my friends used to start downloading the movie at the night, let's say 10 p.m. And by next day morning, 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. or 8 a.m., the movie was downloaded completely. It used to take 8 hours or 10 hours to download a movie. That was the time, my friend, back in 2004, 2005. Downloading a movie was never the easy task. You know why it was not easy? Options were same actually. Applications were more or less same, the options were more or less same, but the internet connectivity, the internet speed was not so well. I started using internet connection from 120 to 56 kbps actually. That was my first internet speed. Then, after a couple of years, my ISP provider has updated or upgraded my internet speed to 1 MB. When they upgraded the speed to 1 MB all over the city, it was actually a major news. That news came in many newspapers and news articles were coming now Hyderabad city is getting 1 Mbps. Those were the times. Those were 2008, 2009. So 2008, 2009 is not 16th century or the British era and all those things, right? It was recently 13, 14 years before. So the cloud, if the internet is not properly available for you, if the internet connection is properly not design or the speed is not good, then connecting to your resources over the cloud and accessing your resources from the cloud or uploading the data, downloading the data will be an issue. But in 2022, can I say internet connectivity is a problem now? Maybe no. Yeah. In most of the cases, we will get a proper internet connectivity. But my friend, I have some friends in different countries actually, especially some African countries. They come to India, they do some courses, they do some, college, bachelor's or master's or whatever. They will be in India for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And when they go back to their country, I have received this message from many, many people actually. When they go back and they say they are missing India for many reasons. And one of the reasons they are missing India is for internet connectivity. That means till today, there are many countries where the internet is either very, very costly. The internet connection is either very costly or it is very slow. But in our country, we know this very well, right? We are getting 100 Mbps in our home without any issue. You're just paying 700, 800 rupees for 100 Mbps speed per month. That is nothing for the internet connectivity, my friend. Okay. So what I'm trying to say here is if you're living in a place where the internet is not properly design the internet speed is not properly available, then connecting to your resources over the cloud is an issue now. So in companies, we have to take a proper internet connection. We have to take some backup internet connections also. Every company, whatever the size of the company it may be, they will have some backup internet connectivities, backup internet connections. So in case if one connection is down, the other connection is still available. Done. So this is one thing we need to see. So we know what is security now, how the security can be an issue. So take care of security in cloud. That is the one thing we need to do. And the other thing here is the internet connectivity. Always try to take a high speed internet for your work. Okay. Now, let us see what is this downtime. As you can see the name, it says everything. Downtime means it is talking about a server which can go down. See, you may have faced this issue in your life, maybe in a company or maybe like while using the internet. Sometime, a particular app like Twitter or maybe Instagram or maybe Facebook, these apps will not be available, or these apps are not working for like a couple of hours or like maybe for like 6 hours or 8 hours a day. There is a downtime. Why there is a downtime? Because there is some issue there. Maybe there is an attack in the sense, cyber attack, or maybe there is some, some major changes happening there, or maybe there is the data center, which is said the data center itself is down. So downtime means it is a time where a particular server or application is not running for any XYZ reason. It can be because of virus. It can be because of some attack. It can be because of a problem which is in your server or the data center. It can be any XYZ problem. Now, I have added downtime in disadvantages of cloud computing. But my friend, this is not an issue only in cloud. If you go with your on-premise network, there is a downtime in your on-premise network also. Like for example, if you take the example of your mobile phone or maybe let us say your laptop. If you just remember last 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you might have faced some issue in your mobile phone, or you might have faced some issue in your laptop, right? So if there is a problem in your mobile phone, there is a downtime. If there is a problem in your laptop or desktop, that indeed is a downtime. So downtime is a part and parcel of our computer network. But the concept that we need to understand here is if there is a downtime, how much time it is taking to come up. That is the thing that we need to understand. If there is a downtime, how fast your network can come up. See, imagine if there is a downtime in your router, or if there is a downtime in your, let us say Wi-Fi router, maybe your laptop. What you do now, you take your laptop to some service center. Okay, that service person will take your laptop first. He will see what is the problem there. Then he will say like, okay, it may take 2 days or 3 days or maybe 1 week to repair your laptop. So if he says 2 days, then there is a downtime of 2 days. If he says 1 week, then there is a downtime for 1 week in your laptop now. Okay, your laptop is not available with you for next 1 week. Now, in the same way, if you go with a server, a physical server at your location, and in case if there is a problem in the physical server, what happens? We have to take that physical server to the service center again, like a laptop or a desktop. We have to take the physical server. That person will see the physical server, and he may say like, it may take 3 days for this server to be repaired. Or in emergency case, they may say like they can repair this within next 6 to 8 hours. So how much is the downtime here, friend? The downtime is for 6 to 8 hours. Minimum is that much actually. So there is a downtime everywhere. But over the cloud, they have so much infrastructure. They have so many resources. In case if there is a downtime there, maximum, it will take some hours or few hours for them to bring all the setup up, to bring all the resources up. They have lot of resources. They have a well, trained team of administrators. In case if you're facing some issue, in case if you're facing some downtime, it will not be a difficult task for them to bring their network up. But if I say everything is fine over cloud, everything is working perfectly, then again my statement is completely incorrect. There can be a downtime over the cloud. There will be more downtime in your on-premise network. There will be more downtime in your physical server that is running with you in your company compared to cloud. So cloud actually has less downtime, but still we have the downtime. What if suppose we have a lot of data over the cloud and their data center for some reason, there is some natural, disaster occurred somewhere, like maybe earthquake, or maybe like suppose like, tsunami is very common for last 20 years now, tsunami or whatever. The data center has been damaged physically. Then what about our data? What about our information? You know what cloud providers will do? They will give the guarantee here, actually, the guarantee of 99.999%. They will say, okay, there is a possibility like our data center can, catch some fire, maybe. That is also a possibility. All these are servers, electronic machines, so they can catch a fire, or maybe they can be some, heavy rains or some flooding can happen. So there is a possibility of any natural disaster actually. Okay, but still they say like we can recover your data up to 99.999%. They're not saying 100% yet, they're just keeping 0.0001% with them. But still they have the backups located in multiple locations. Coming to this Amazon Web Services, friend, they have data centers in multiple locations across the globe. Where they are located, how they are operating, we will see this in our next class hopefully. But they have locations in, they have, data centers in multiple locations, and they can keep your data in one location and they can keep the backup in some other location. Now what if that location and if the backup location is also down? There is a possibility, right? So what they do, they will keep backup in multiple locations. For example, your data is in Mumbai, they will keep a backup somewhere in Europe and another backup copy somewhere in Australia. So it's very hard to imagine that there is a problem in Mumbai as well as there is a problem in a city like London and there is a problem in a city like Sydney. Simultaneously at the same time, if you imagine something like this, it's very rare. It's very, very rare. That is the reason they have kept 99.999%. So downtime is a possibility. Downtime is something that can occur in our cloud, but still, the things will come up as early as possible. I've seen many companies where I was like, working there or even there for some work and whatever. I have seen those companies where the downtime was for like for days. It is not so easy in a company to make things up because, in company, the administrators are limited. 5, 10, 20, 30 administrators can be there. But over the cloud, the administrator number is more, first of all, and they are trained in a particular service in administration. So they are more, professionally more advanced than a person who is working in any XYZ company. Okay, so just remember this, there is a possibility of downtime. Now, vendor lock-in. Vendor locking is a disadvantage here, but what is this vendor lock-in? Vendor locking means, vendor means what? Vendor means company, XYZ company. Normally, people who use Samsung mobile phone, when they purchase the other mobile phone, a new mobile phone, they will just try to go with the same Samsung mobile phone, right? Because they are more familiar with that mobile. They are more familiar with the options that mobile is offering, right? So they are more, locking to the vendor Samsung. They are simply using that mobile phone every time. If they move from Samsung to like, iPhone use will be a bit different, or the options will be a bit different. Some other applications will be available. So it will take some time for them to like, get used to with that particular new company or new vendor mobile phone. But in this cloud, what happens here is, if you use cloud, there are approximately 2000 plus cloud providers we have. Whatever cloud provider names we have seen here, these are the top cloud providers here, friends. These are not only cloud providers, these are the top 10, or these cloud providers may be in top 20 actually. I can add DigitalOcean also there. I can add Salesforce, it is already added. I can add Citrix also there. I can add Dell also. I can add Mac or Apple cloud also. I can add many more clouds. Okay, so these are only the top 10 cloud providers, but there are some thousands of cloud providers we have across the globe. There are certain cloud providers that are working only within a city. Like if you go to a city like Dubai, maybe there is a cloud provider which is providing services only to the companies which are available in Dubai. Okay, a person who is sitting in, let us say, Bahrain, he can access the Dubai cloud, but that cloud is more famous or more active within a city. There is a possibility. But when if the administrator thinks in that way, like if he says, okay, I'm in Dubai now, if I take the cloud which is working in Dubai, that will be better for me. No, my friend, there is no way an administrator should think in that way. You're sitting in Dubai, your servers can be there in Brazil, your servers can be there in Australia, your servers can be there somewhere in even China. There is no problem there. Whenever we access internet, who knows where Google server is connected or where Facebook server is connected? We are accessing multiple websites over the internet. Do you have any idea where that server is located physically? Answer is no. Maybe it is located somewhere in your city itself, like if you're in a big city, a metro city, or maybe it is there somewhere in your country, or maybe in the continent, or maybe it is available somewhere in USA. No one knows this, right? No one knows where exactly that particular server is available. Okay. So if you go with a cloud provider which is locally operating, which is more famous locally, then there is no way we can trust that cloud provider to give better services forever. When a company can provide cloud services when they are getting the clients or when they are getting the customers. So maybe after some months, you have decided to move from that local cloud provider to a bigger cloud provider like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Oracle, or whatever. That migration process is not so easy. Moving your infrastructure, moving your virtual infrastructure, the resources, the servers, the database, the storage is not so easy, my friend. It will take a lot of planning. First of all, many things we need to add, many things we need to configure. There will be some downtime there. So it is a very, very, big process. So what I'm trying to say here is whenever you're trying to go with the cloud, better go with a major cloud providers. Instead of taking a local cloud provider, better go with a major cloud provider that is more trustable, because we can expect companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Oracle, IBM to survive any type of market crash for next many more years to come. But a small company maybe it cannot survive. You can take the last 2 years, actually, the COVID era, 2020, 2021. How many businesses were shut down? How many, companies were shut down? There is no work. There was no work. So the companies were down. So anything can happen at any given time, right? So when you go with a cloud provider for your company, means wherever you're working as a cloud administrator, or if you want to host some applications for you or whatever you want to do, better go with a cloud provider that is more trustable. So like cloud providers like Amazon, Microsoft, Google are more trustable. So we can use these cloud providers for many more years to come. Okay. This is your vendor locking. So be careful when we choose a cloud provider. We need to consider many things. Hopefully in coming classes, we will explore this option in more details, like what are the things we need to consider before we go with a cloud provider. Like, when you go and take a mobile phone or maybe a bike or maybe a car, you will explore multiple options, right? Blindly, we are not going to the market and we are not purchasing this mobile phone. Okay, mentally, we have decided to go with, like, suppose a Samsung, but within Samsung also we have like many models and many other series of mobile phones, right? So we need to like go through all the details and only we can decide which one is better. So same logic applies in cloud also. Okay. Now, control, limited control. See, at your on-premise data center, you have the control of your hardware and the operating system and the application and everything. You can select which operating system you need to select, or you can select which hardware you want to select. You can select each and everything. But over the cloud, that option is not available with us. You know what cloud providers will do? They will say, okay, this is the latest hardware we are offering you, and these are the latest operating systems that we are offering you. So if you want to use, you can use from this latest hardware and operating system. If you want to go with the older version of operating system or older version of hardware, that is not available with us. I'm not talking about only AWS here. I'm talking about AWS, Microsoft, Google, all the cloud providers. They have a policy to provide the latest hardware and the latest software. So in majority of cases, that is actually the best policy. But in certain cases, in some cases, maybe you are using a version of operating system that is outdated, like say Windows 7. We are not using Windows 7 over the cloud, but just one idea, I'm just giving the example as Windows 7. Windows 7 is outdated now. Very soon Windows 8 will be outdated. So if you go to cloud, we cannot find Windows 7 operating system there. It will not be available. If a software is outdated, it will not be available. Okay. So like this, we don't have any control there. Okay. Whatever control is there, they have the control with them. The cloud providers have the control. But again, why we are going to the cloud? Because, we are fed up with this physical infrastructure and operating systems and all those things, right? That is the reason we are going with cloud. So we have to go with the latest hardware and the latest operating system. Okay, when I say latest, I am not saying like 2022 only. Latest means, for example, if you go with Windows servers here, Windows servers has many versions: 2022, 2019, 2016, 2012, 2008, 2003, 2000, and before 2000 in 1990s, it was something called NT 4.0. These are the versions available from Microsoft. So once you go to cloud, you can see 12, 19, 16, and 22. 12, 16, yeah, 22, 19, 16, and 12. These are the versions you can see over the cloud. But 2012 came in the year 2012, actually 10 years before it came. So how can I say this is latest? Now I'm saying this is latest, or this is still available over the cloud, because this Windows company, the Microsoft company, is still supporting 2012 server. So whatever Windows is supporting, that version is available. Now Microsoft Windows is not supporting 2008, so we cannot find 2008 operating system over the cloud. So see, we still have a lot of scope here, right? Latest does not mean like this year or only like the previous year or so and so. Latest means we can just go back like 6 years or 8 years before. So whichever operating system is supported by that particular company, that operating system is provided by cloud. Now suppose Microsoft has announced like in December 2022, they will stop supporting 2012 server. So you know what cloud providers will do now? Cloud providers will remove this support, and cloud providers will remove this operating system from their database in the year 2022 in the month December. They will do like this. It's a good option, right? But again, this is there as a disadvantage, because maybe you want to use 2012 for next 2 years or 3 years. Because your applications are running perfectly there, maybe you want to use this application, maybe you want to use this operating system for next 2-3 years. So then it could be a problem. Okay, and the last thing here is a support. I hope you know what exactly support means. Support means whenever we use a product, we need a support from that company to configure something, or to troubleshoot something, or to make some changes, or upgrading, downgrading, whatever. There should be some support there. So when you go with this cloud, there are services available there, and they have the document there. So with the document, you can do all the configuration in their services. But in case, my friend, if you did some mistake, if you did some error, or if you're getting some issues regularly and you're not able to troubleshoot it, then what to do? We have to go back to that vendor, right? Like for example, we have this server operating system as Red Hat Linux, let us say 8.0. the latest version 8.0. So we are using this Linux operating system 8.0. So we did the installation here. We did the configuration and we are doing the troubleshooting also. Whatever there is a problem, we are able to troubleshoot. But you know, my friend, there is no person on the face of the earth who can say with 100% guarantee like he can do these 3 tasks at any given time. Like he can troubleshoot anything, he can configure anything. Installation is not a big deal, but let us talk about configuration and troubleshooting. No one can say with guarantee like he can do each and everything in that Linux operating system. That's not possible. Okay. So some issues can be there, which maybe you cannot simply understand actually why the issue is coming. Forget about troubleshooting it. Now, in this case, what to do? Who design or who develop this operating system? Linux people design and develop this operating system. So they know this very well, like how it is designed, if a problem is coming, why this problem is coming, where exactly I did a error, where exactly I did some, mistake. They know each and everything about that particular problem, right? So what we have to do now, we have to take support from this Red Hat Linux administration or Red Hat Linux team. That company has a team. From them, we have to take the support. And for that support, what we have to do? We have to pay money. This is called support. So in our cloud also we have support. We can do many things but on our own, but still there are certain things where, there are certain issues which we cannot understand actually. It may be very hard for us to identify where exactly is the problem. Normally actually when you visit a doctor may test you and he or she may identify what is the problem in a person. But in case if the doctor is not satisfied with the results and if he's not able to understand anything, you might have seen this in your personal life also. That doctor might have visited a person to some other doctor, right? It is it's an easy understanding to understand what is a support. So I can do everything on my own, but in case if I'm not able to do anything, I need to refer to some other person. That person is actually the AWS team. Got it? I need to go to them and I need to take this support. So they are supporting in different ways. They may support you for free, but free support may come after 2 days. That is 48 hours. They may charge some money. Like suppose if you pay less money, they have some offers there actually. I'll show those offers. So if you pay less money, then the support will come within 12 hours. And if you want to get better support, you'll pay more money and you'll get support within 1 hour. So if there is a problem, we are not sitting with that problem, right? We need to troubleshoot as early as possible. So can you go with the free support? Can you wait for next 2 days? For next 2 days, that server is not working or the application is not working. That means the business is down. Can you wait for 12 hours? 12 hours is again too much time. So if you can pay more money, they will provide you better support within 1 hour. They can just, try to troubleshoot each and everything for you. So support, why I added in this disadvantages, because obviously we have to pay money for support, and this support or this money we are not paying only in this AWS, my friend. Whatever cloud provider you're using, maybe you're using Oracle, or maybe a company is using Oracle or Alibaba or Microsoft or Google, this support will be available and all the companies will charge for that particular support. So I'm not sure I can keep this in disadvantage, but still you are paying extra money, right? So for that reason, I have kept this in disadvantage. So these are some of the disadvantages we have. But look closely, my friend. Every disadvantage has a solution, or every disadvantage has some, good points here actually. As of now, internet connectivity, I cannot say it is a disadvantage because we know how good is internet connectivity nowadays all over the globe, or at least in most of the advanced countries. And if a country like India, internet is better in a village also, right? In a mandal also, in a town also, in a small place also, we are getting proper internet connection. If not all, in majority of places, that's a good connection. Okay. And support, again, there is no other option here beside paying money and taking support. Okay, downtime is part and parcel of our life in a way. No one can say like there will not be any downtime, so downtime will come for sure. Okay, limited control, so we should manage this option and we should like get used to this option. We don't have any control. Whatever they are offering that we need to use, and they will offer all the latest software and latest operating system. That is the best point there. Vendor locking is another thing that we need to remember. Always try to go with a proper cloud provider instead of going with a local XYZ provider. Better go with a more trusted and more tried and tested cloud provider. So Amazon is the number one tried and tested cloud provider that you can use. And coming to security, security is actually a never ending discussion actually. If you can bring 20 people together, 10 people may say security is not good. Some people can say like, okay, security is better. No one is saying like security is 100% there, or no one is saying like there is no security. No one can say this. There can be a debate there. Some people can say security is less. Some people can say security is better. This is the only discussion we can have in that particular debate. So all these things we need to consider before we go to cloud or before we take a cloud provider. But it friends, these are some of the advantages and disadvantages we have in cloud computing. See, this couple of sessions will make you understand the concept of cloud in more detail. So I hope you are able to like go deep into this cloud. I hope you are able to understand the concept of cloud in very simple and easy way. We have not yet started anything about like AWS. From tomorrow, we will just try to go deep into this AWS and cloud computing. But the last two sessions, especially Monday session and today's session, it is all about the concept of cloud, how it is working, what advantages we have, what disadvantages we have. If you know this, the other things will look more easier for you to understand. Okay, friends, so I am here for like some more time. The session is done for the day. We can stop the session here, but still I'm here for some more time. And if you have any doubts, questions, or if you want to say something, hopefully we can have discussion there. Okay, fine. So I hope things are clear for you. And this is our 9 a.m. batch. And every day the classes will start at 9 a.m. Starting couple of days, we can just start our class or delay our class with like 2-3 minutes or so. But hopefully after that, the classes will be on time. So anything else, friends? Shall we stop this session or we have anything else to discuss? You have any other questions, any other doubts? Okay, there is a question here about certification. Okay, so how to go with this certification or what certification you can write, that we will try to understand here. But before that, are there any new joinings here? If there is any new joining here who came only for today, actually we have done one more session on Monday. You can find that session on YouTube. You can just go to YouTube and you can see DURGASOFT there, and you can get all the details about that session there. Okay. Now, what about certification? What certifications we need to write, and how to write the certification and all those things. You know, when you go with this certification, you have to go to a separate center. This is just a training center. This is just a place where you will get the training of cloud and AWS and all these things. But for certification, you should go to Pearson View Center. These are the people who are conducting online certification for many decades now. Whatever online exam you are writing, or most of the online exams will be conducted by them. So in whichever city you are located now, just go and search in Google Pearson View centers in your city. So you'll get a Pearson View address there. Okay, you should go there. You should take at least 2 photo ID proofs. What are the photo ID proofs in India? Actually, you can take your driving license, or you can take your passport. I don't think they will accept our Aadhaar card. So driving license and passport, or if you have any other photo ID proof, you can take this photo ID proof. Okay. The fee for this exam will be like, for example, if you go with AWS practitioner exam, the fees is $150. Okay. In exam, you have totally approximately 65 to 70 questions and answers. How many? 65 to 70 questions and answers you have in this examination. And questions will be multiple choice questions. Now, this is a bit, relaxation for us, right? Multiple choice questions are much more easier to answer compared to, remember our school exams where we used to write the question and a big SCR, big answer there. So here it is multiple choice question and answers. Done. The total time will be 120 minutes. Total marks are 1000, and I think you should get 700 to pass. Out of 1000, how much you should get? 700. So how they are calculating here? 65 to 70 questions are there. Total questions are 1000. The calculation will be like this. When I say multiple choice questions, some question will have only 4 options and they will ask you to select which is the correct option. But some questions have like multiple correct answers. Then they will ask you to select all the correct answers. If I select in which country you're living, if you select India, that is correct. If you select Bharat, that is correct. If you select Hindustan, that is correct. These are the different names we call this country, right? So these are 3 answers we need to select them. So then only full marks will come. So according to your question, the marks will be decided. So if you get this many marks, you will be considered as a certified person. But how to write the exam is a big question. What if I say these are like say 350 questions and answers? What are these? These are 350 questions and answers. Take these 350 questions and answers, go home and prepare. Prepare in the sense memorize, understand, whatever you do, just prepare these questions and answers. So once you complete these questions and answers, and when you go to examination, you get how many? Let us say you are getting 70 questions in examination. All these 70 questions will come from these 350 questions. I repeat, all the 70 questions will come from this. All these 70 questions will come from these 350 questions. This is the way you should write your exam. These 350 questions are actually known as dumps. So we should go to some website like say exam collection. I repeat, we should go to exam collection website, and in this exam collection website, we have the option of getting dumps. In these dumps, we have around 350, 400, 200, whatever the number of questions you have. Take that many questions and write your examination there. This is the way the exams will be conducted. Without taking dumps, you should not attempt your exam. I repeat, without taking dumps, you should not attempt your exam. See, let me just go there and show you. This is exam collection. So once you go to exam collection here, can you see it is showing many certifications here? Microsoft, Cisco, Amazon. It is showing many certifications here. So if you go to this Amazon here, Amazon, it is showing you AWS Solution Architect Associate, Cloud Practitioner, Cloud Architect Professional, it is showing all the exams. If you go to this practitioner exam, they are offering you 221 questions and answers. 99.6% pass rate. That means if you prepare these questions, all the questions in exam will come from these questions. 99.6 is a huge percentage, right? This is the way we need to go for the exam. But by the way, this is not free. We have to pay how much? We have to pay $70 for these terms. So whenever you are planning to go with this exam, whenever you are planning to write this exam, you have to take dumps and you have to prepare and you have to write the exam. Done? I hope the question is answered. I hope you understood how you can write your certifications and all those things. This is the best way, or this is the only way you can write your certification. Without taking dumps, if you go to exam, or without preparing dumps, if you go to exam, maybe how much knowledge you have, maybe how much practice you did, you will still, cannot complete your exam because, you have only 120 minutes here, right? 2 hours. Attempting 60 to 70 questions in 2 hours is not possible because the questions are, although multiple choice questions, but they are scenario based questions. They are scenario based questions. Maybe one question can take at least 40 minutes for you to understand and then answer. So instead of, sitting in the examination hall and understanding the scenario and attempting the exam, you can just directly go with the dumps first, sit in your home, relax and just prepare all the questions and go for the examination. That is the best option available, right?
Okay, just one question.
Yeah.
But like syllabus wise, how much it covers if somebody wants to do this architect certification? So in general, like any idea, like percentage wise, how much syllabus will be covered there?
Okay, see here. Whenever you learn, I'm coming to your question in more detail, so please have some patience here. So whenever you learn any course, the courses are designed in such a way that you can face your interview, you can face your examination, you can face your interview, you can work as an administrator there. So the courses are designed according to the interview purpose and the administration purpose. Okay, but examination wise, exams are for people who have the working experience. Exams are not for people who are freshers actually. Whenever you're writing any online examination, these people who are providing this online certification, like let us go with like Amazon or Microsoft or whatever, they will say first you should get hands-on experience for like 1 year or 18 months or maybe like 2 years, then you should come for this examination. So examination is a level higher than what we are learning in any course. That is the first thing. Okay, and coming to the topics that we are learning here, all the topics are added there. But in examination, they can ask you a question from any topic, but in interview, they will ask you a question from certain topics. That's the difference. Examination, they can ask you a question from any topic, but in interview, they will ask you a question from certain topics. So what you are learning in your course is according to your interviews and the work, but in examination, you will get a question from any explicit topic. Okay, now, one more thing. Suppose you did your official syllabus, you did each and everything, you learn each and everything. If you go to an interview, you still get interview questions from the topics that you are learning here, that you are learning in this curriculum. Okay, so why they are not asking questions from all the topics, or why they are not testing us in an interview from all the topics? I'm not saying this is only in India. I'm just talking and just referring to the global culture. If there are many topics available, there are certain topics which are used regularly in our companies. So interviews will be conducted on those topics only. So while you learn, you should learn those topics. And later on, if you want to increase your knowledge, if you want to gain more knowledge, you can gain more knowledge with your previous knowledge, whatever you learn in your course. So in examination, it is a different ball game. Interview is a different ball game. If you do the official course, if you learn each and everything that is there in the AWS official curriculum, still you cannot write your exam without taking dumps, my friend. So I always say this, try to concentrate more on the learning process than on the examination process. Examination, anyhow, we have to go with these dumps. But if you ask me like percentage wise, how much we are going to cover, we can say like around 60 to 70% what is there in the official course that is going to be covered. Okay, I'll just end this question by answering by giving a very simple example. You know, in my mobile phone, there are like suppose like 30 apps. But out of 30 apps, how many apps I use regularly? It will like say 10 apps I use regularly. So these 10 apps, I need to be more perfect, right? Because these are the apps I'm using every day. What about remaining 20 apps? If I know how to use these 10 apps, I can use the remaining 20 apps also, right? The same concept applies when you learn any course. There are 30 topics, for example. I'm not saying 30 are there, 10 we are learning, just for knowledge purpose. Just for example, there are 30 topics, but out of 30 topics, which are the topics which are used in every setup, in every scenario? Okay, these are the 10, 12, 15 topics which are used everywhere. So while learning, you should learn those things and then apply for a job, approach for a job. The interview will be conducted only on those topics. Remaining 12, 15 topics, they're not asking you. After like couple of months or after like some time, in case if they ask you to work on that particular topic that you have not learned in this course, you will be in a position to learn the topic by yourself. This is the way the careers will move actually. Done. The answer was a bit lengthy here, but still I need to explain all the things in details. The institute syllabus will be different and the official syllabus will be different. Institute syllabus will help you in understanding the concept, understanding the technology, get a job and work as a administrator. If you go with the official syllabus, you're getting more knowledge that is accepted, but you know, it will not help you in cracking your examination. My friend. You cannot crack your exam, you cannot pass your exam without taking these notes.
Okay.
Done?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Whenever I did exam, whatever exams I did in last 14, 15 years, all the online exams from different companies and different technologies, I'd gone through these dumps and then only I went to the examination. But still, you know, in exam, some questions in dumps, actually, there are certain questions which I was reading. You know, I had a lot of experience in network side, CCNA, CCNP, CCI. But when I do some of those examinations, there were some questions which I thought like, you know, I could not remember the question after completing the uh, exam. I could not remember from which topic that question came. It will be like that, my friend. So whenever you are writing the exam, take these dumps from this website like exam collection and go for the examination. It will be a smooth sail for you. It will be very easy to get your certification. Okay, fine. So I guess that was the day. That was the session for today. And tomorrow we will just go through more things, hopefully, and we will see how things will turn up tomorrow. And we'll just try to understand more concepts of cloud, how things are designed there, how things are available, what are service model, what are other models available. And hopefully we are more than okay with this cloud by tomorrow and we can enter into this AWS services after that. So that's it, friend. This is the session for today and hope to see you again tomorrow at same time, 9 a.m. India time. And whatever other things you need to know, whatever other queries you have, you can just talk to these people on their number. I hope you have the number and I hope you already received the mail or the message from them. So this is your official number actually. I'm again sharing this number with you. 92462121. So if you have any other things to discuss with them, you can just call on this number and hopefully they will share all the details. Okay, so that's it, friend. That's it for today. Have a nice day and see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. with a new topic. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.